consistent.
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to thebasementny.com. I'm your host, Jose. Today I got a co-host. He's been on the show before. His name is Steven, and we're basically counting down just under 3 hours before the polls close here in New York City, or on this side of the coast. We're going to be touching base on a few topics, from the church to politics. So here we go. Yo.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
So, yeah. I just want to start fires against people. I want to go to war with people. I really do. I'm tired, bro. I want to go to war straight up. People be like, yo, he's a white supremacist. Damn, well, go ahead. I'm Puerto Rican. I guess Puerto Rican will be white supremacist too.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Like that type of thing. Like that type of, you can even say, yo, this is Steven. He wants to go to war with everybody. That's right. Everybody's going to catch it. Like, everyone's going to catch it. I don't care who you are. If you don't speak the truth, you're going to catch it. You're going to catch it. You're going to catch it. Bro, I'm willing to go after my old pastors. I'm willing to go after my pastor right now, because after when all this Black Lives Matter stuff happened, all that. Yo, I had 5 black preachers doing Sunday service, and I'm like, yo, that white guilt is for real. And Georgie starts laughing. I'm like, no, that dude he's nervous. Like, he did something wrong. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. He's preached the gospel. He didn't do anything wrong. He treated everyone the same. He loves everyone the same. How was that wrong? So that white guilt is real. It was real, bro. I saw it in my head. I say that all these pastors were bad or that. They're all good. They're all men of God. Yes, absolutely. But yo, that when something like that affects you, to say that you change what you do, and say, wow. So, like, he could step back and say, listen, I'm putting the question out to everyone. Am I doing anything wrong? Like, am I doing something wrong? Like, is there an issue I got to talk about?
Dr. Phil, I just got back, and I'm like laid out, bro, because I'm freaking exhausted. I'm dying, right? And Dr. Phil was saying, I didn't put together exactly the conversation because I was in and out, ready to pass out. But Dr. Phil was saying how when you approach certain individuals where their mind is set, by you approaching them, it it hardens their perspective even further. And that whole notion, I've been having conversations about that with several people. There's a saying, the older you get, the more set in your ways you become. Yeah. And I think that as far as when we're talking about the church, when we're talking about a pastor, the heart and the minds of individuals that are followers of Christ, or just in general, should be that of a student. Don't ever think you know it all, or you got it figured out. You know what I mean? Because if that was the case, you would think that every generation would progress immensely. We would be in utopia if we figured it out, and we would pass along that knowledge effectively. Right? Of not dropping out, not being, lazy, not being complacent. But we're not. Don't act like you got to figure it out, because you could miss out on the opportunity of learning something new, or changing your perspective for something that's factual, that makes sense, and that actually benefits you and your community. When I hear you talk about calling out the pastors and calling out the leaders, yeah, there's a cultish vibe towards it, and my pastor included. My indifferences with Lewis was something deeper than that. But all in all, yeah, it's cultish. Who does a pastor go to as a mentor or peer for advice? Another pastor, right?
Yeah.
Who does the president go to?
Yeah, there's only 3 of them left over, right? There's only 3 of them alive.
and apparently none of them like Trump.
No, exactly. None of them like Trump.
Who does Trump go to say, yo, man, I'm dealing with this? Not that I need you to give me the answer. I just need you to, because I know you can relate. Not that Trump seems like the guy that would go for a talk.
He ain't talking to nobody like that. He ain't talking to nobody.
As I was saying, I was like, shut up, you little bitch. In the Trump voice, you little wussy. No, I think that what you're saying is awesome. I think that, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of glad that you kind of like came out of this show, because I just, it needs to be said, and I think more importantly, the flock, the community, the followers need to hear, individuals. And whether they're ready, that's the nice thing about podcasts. It's not in your face. It's not like the little gathering I had over the weekend with my family that I was on like a defense mode with my cousins attacking me and stuff. You know what I mean? Bro, I went. We don't really celebrate Halloween, so they put like a little scavenger hunt with like black lights, and they put like the name, the initials of all the kids, and you had to find your bag. Whatever.
Oh, that's cool. That's right.
Little cute thing. Everybody went. I went with my Zion shirt. That was my outfit. I was just chilling, and one cousin after the other, bang, bang. My brother came up to me, was like, "Oh, forget it. He's a waste of time. He's brainwashed." And all of a sudden, I see my son and his cousin, my nephew. They're sitting together, like they found a little chair, and now they're listening and they're being observant. And bro, yeah. if anything came out of it, did I change their perspective? Hell no. But what did come out of it was the unique the opportunity to talk to my son, because his mom is also, she leans left. It was the opportunity of going into my son about why I vote the way I vote. And one of the things that I drew out of it, I was like, his words. He was like, bro, Dad, you were being attacked. I was like, I know. Did you see that? And he was like, bro, they were like yelling, like they were standing over you. I was like, did you notice that I didn't get emotional?
I know, right?
Did you notice that? And I'm not saying that the left or the right aren't guilty of being emotional. God knows that both are. All I'm saying is that you get your point across more effectively when you're level-headed and you try to check your emotions. You communicate better that way. And I go back to because we were talking about cursing. I was like, that's why cursing are words. They're just words. But at the end of the day, what's the best way what's the most effective way of communicating what you're trying to communicate? Out of spite, though, the human nature, I sent the video to my brother, and he didn't respond. I sent the video privately to him because I usually put it in the big group chat, family chat, and the video was of Biden calling, we don't need more nigger mayors. We have enough nigger mayors in superiority. I was like, oh my gosh, he's saying that so loosely. What year is this? What year is this? Star Trek Next Generation? The 90s, early 90s, 80s? And the video, it's like a clip of all the times he said something that was like, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black enough. Comments, like they're predators and stuff, and I just sent that little clip, and I was like, I'm not the one being manipulated.
100%.
And I think, what was it? Was it Kaiser Soze? What movie was that? Kaiser Soze. Oh my God! Not the Untouchables.
No, Usual Suspects.
The Usual Suspect. I don't know if it's that movie that said the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making everyone believe he didn't exist.
That was that movie. Yep.
So, one of the things I draw from that is that, the very people that are suggesting that the other side rather is racist, and they're making you believe that they're for you when they're not, and it's right in your face, and you refuse to see it. Like Dr. Phil was saying, their hearts, their minds are hardened. They're done. You could be telling them right in their face, look, he murdered him. Look at the knife. Look at the blood. Nothing. They're convinced, they're totally, I don't even know how, but when I was saying to you that I see people posting up comments that all day they're posting up leftist ideas and memes and ideologies, and all of a sudden I see a few of them like, wait a second, and now they're posting up some of the stuff they're digging because they're being exposed to their phone like never before. It wasn't like before, I'm just flicking and I gotta go on my train ride, I gotta get to work, I gotta go pick up the kids, I gotta go cook dinner. Now it's like I'm on my phone all day, and they're being exposed to more now than ever. What is your schedule like and availability if you it changes, right?
For the most part, but like for me and Dorothy, we kind of did a thing where I'm going to I'm going to work at least 2 to 3 days a week. So in those 2 days, like I'll go like for my hour break, like get into it. Like I'll do a little morning, and then that's my lunch break. So I take an hour for myself, and then do everything I got to do, and then that's what I'm saying. Like, you tell me what day you want to record, and we'll go into. I mean, trust me. The next thing we're going to talk about is, or the next thing you're going to talk about is who won the election. Like, or if there's even a winner. No one's going to have a winner tonight.
Doesn't the electoral college have until like the second week of December to like if there's a challenge in the nominee, that's like what they have up until to appeal it or something?
No, the issue isn't that, because once the state gets called for the candidate, that electoral person has to say, I vote for, Trump, I know what you want to do.
No, I got that part. But what's the latest that they have to, like, if it's going to be challenged by either side, doesn't that have a deadline too to be challenged?
No, it does not have a deadline. That's the issue, because we'll just go to the courts, and the courts decide, all right, which ballots are we counting? Are we counting the ballots that came in the day after the election, 3 days after the election, 9 days after the election? What about the ballots that people forgot? Oh, I forgot that in my truck. Now I'm dropping it off. That's what happened in 2016. There was like 3 Republican candidates who won, and then they're like, oh no, we forgot there was a few boxes that were in a house that was never picked up, so that tipped it to the other person. Like, that happened. That's a real part of American history, and they said, oh no, that's all fair.
And what the electoral, I can't even say the word, my mouth is so dry, pause.
Electoral.
The electoral, them niggas, so there's 9 of us, let's say, in this state. Our job is just to count the votes and verify that, oh yeah, this nigga won.
Yep.
That's it. It's not that, oh, this nigga won, but we feel like this person should be it though.
No. They would literally get shot by someone. No, seriously, they would literally, someone would walk into the room, shoot in the head, and be like, all right, choose somebody different because that dude is dead. There's no getting around it.
Okay. And the electoral college is the reason why it's set up the way it's set up, so to give each state an equal number of representation divided equally amongst the 50 states.
Between senators and Congress people. So the electoral college is all about giving the smaller states a voice into the full election, based on population. That's why Texas, California, New York have the highest one. Have the highest number of electoral votes.
Okay. Because I understand it, but I'm like, how do I explain this a little simpler? Because even I'm like, I'm drawing these little sticks and I want to murder them sometimes, but it's like, no, I get it. I get the idea. And it's amazing to me that this was thought of way back when our founding fathers, right?
See, this is the beauty of our Constitution and our
democracy.
Remember, we're not a democracy, we're a republic. And we keep saying democracy, we're not a democracy. Nowhere near a democracy. We are a republic. Democracy means popular vote. Whoever gets the most votes wins. That's not where we are. We are a republic. We are a nation of states. So you have to think of it in the bigger terms. Each state is its own independent country and therefore have rights of their own that together we agree upon of rules that we live by the federal government.
So when Biden is saying we're a democracy, he's just pushing his agenda, his side.
Absolutely. When someone says...
Because if you think about it, it doesn't say in the democracy which we stand.
No.
It says...
Republic. Exactly. Everyone skips over that part. The reason why they skip over that part is because they want you to believe, oh, every vote counts. Yeah, it counts for your state. Then the state says, all right, we believe that Biden, like New York, is the guy we want to represent us in the country. Well, let's talk to the other states/countries. What do they believe? And they all get together and they say, oh, we have this thing called electoral college.
It's literally in the phrase, in the republic. Wait, exactly. Which we, the states, stand.
Yeah.
One nation.
Everyone misinterprets that. Everybody.
Damn, yo. It's so simple.
And the reason why they keep saying, "Oh, we're a democracy, we're the greatest democracy." Yes, we are a democracy where we all have the right to vote, but the coalition of states is the beauty of our democracy, that we can all come together from east to west and say we believe under these rules we will be governed by. We will govern ourselves as a state, and we will submit to the federal. That's why we want a president to abide over all the states, not as a king, but as a servant to the people of our states. So that's why he has to go get everyone's vote. He has to go to each state. This person has to go. There's no other way of doing it. You have to do this. That's the beauty of, and they want to do away with the electoral college because why? They say, oh, the minority rules. Not the minority. It's the coalition of states that say, no, I want to live this way. And it bothers a lot of people. That somebody in Oklahoma, so right now it's Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Florida, that the states are so like industrial and also rural, like farmland rural, that it'll sway. It'll go left, it'll go right. Has a big population of Latino voters in there. Has Cubans and Puerto Ricans there. That's two different types of Latino people. Puerto Ricans are dumb as fuck, bro. I say this all the time. Puerto Ricans are dumb as fuckers, bro. They're just the dumbest motherfuckers, bro. Puerto Ricans from the island are dumb. Puerto Ricans from the states are dumb as, and they'll be like, yo, this is what I want. I want free healthcare, free this, free that. I go, yo, you've been so indoctrinated by this university type thinking that when you talk to a Cuban who goes, I've been there before.
It doesn't work.
You don't want to go there. When someone tells you when you're a kid, you're going to be a doctor and you're going to be a construction worker and you have no choice because this is the way it is, they don't want to hear it. They've seen it. They believe it. They know exactly what it looks like. And they're saying, nah, y'all Puerto Ricans, you're dumb because you got citizenship literally by being born on an island that's not even a part of America. And us as Cubans, we come on a boat on a freaking little raft. And once we step on this country, we have rights here because that's the deal that we made with America. And we appreciate just from that.
I hate to compare it, but it's almost like the conquistadors, but just we're still being conquered, but we're being conquered because we refuse to educate ourselves, and we have the ability of doing that this time. We have the ability of educating ourselves, broadening our perspectives, and making decisions that at the end of the day benefit you and your family. Like, go get yours, but go get it. But because we live in this we're just sucking off the bottle. There's a Spanish. I was just looking through my Facebook, and there's a Spanish guy, hardcore Spanish guy, and I don't understand half the stuff that he's saying because my Spanish is horrible. But he put up a meme talking about, y'all people, Puerto Rico, y'all people don't vote, but when it comes to ABC the other food stamps the other, y'all will go to the end of the world. yo, I started dying. I'm like, I gotta talk to this guy. And he has the most Spanish name. He got some he sounds like, I don't even know, like some kind of like coffee brand or something, Pilo something. What I don't even know. But I'm like, yo, my man is aware of his surroundings. I don't know if I want to use the word woke because I don't know if that's
not a crappy word.
Enlightened, maybe. I don't know what to call it because I'm learning things every day, bro. I mean, in this conversation, I'm learning things. And that's the thing. Like, when does it? I don't know. But for me, it's like I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong. And I think the only reason why I got here is because I made so many mistakes, bro.
Yeah,
I made an OD amount of mistakes to the point where it's like I should probably stop and start listening a little bit, and maybe I'll get some better perspective and make some better decisions for my life. Do you think that there is going to be unrest?
Well, oh man, that's a good question, bro.
Here's another thing. I'm going to give you my opinion, and you could piggyback off of that, give you time to analyze your thoughts. But my thing is this. It just sounds to me like the media, and I get it, the reporting and it just sounds to me like y'all almost like predicating it.
Yes.
Don't predicate it. Don't, you know what I mean? It's like, there's civil unrest. It even got me to the point where I was going to look for a meme of like the purge. I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure somebody already posted this crap, but I was about to look for it. I'm like, no, that's not who I am. You know what I mean? I made a decision a long time ago to not have negative vibes around my circle, period. And I'm like, eesh. And with social media, that's all it is at times. And I'm just like, no wonder I'm not on it. I literally turned it off for like a good 3 months. I was like, I'm good. I stopped watching the news altogether. I'm like, just because it's so like vile, you know, they're like, oh, civil unrest and these companies boarding up their thing. I get it, but y'all don't have to push it every 5 minutes. Like, you know, this anticipation.
So I was on the road earlier, and she goes to me. She's like, oh, no matter what happens, it's gonna be civil unrest. I go, oh yeah, because I think Antifa doesn't care who. Like, they're just taking advantage of the situation. They don't. So if Biden wins, they're still gonna wild out and they're gonna wild out in that type of victory type of thing. And you know, they're not gonna care. Like, but if Trump wins, and the only reason why I have like a little inkling that Trump is gonna win, like just a little, like I'm more hopeful than I am negative, is because one, Florida, when Miami-Dade is the biggest city. You have Jacksonville, Tampa, and Miami. Miami-Dade County is like, those 3 cities are all Democrat strongholds. Like, strong. This is where all the black votes come out of there and this and that. Miami-Dade, from the last time, this was yesterday, the vote is split. They said there's, I want to say, 5,000 more Republicans voting in Miami-Dade. Or 5,000 more, not Republican votes, like for Trump. So they go, wait a minute, bro, when I'm talking about left, they go, if Miami splits 50-50, just 50-50, Florida's gone. Can't touch Florida. Florida's Trump. Because Hillary won it like by 80%. So he goes, if there's a 30% swing with black voters and Hispanic voters, go to Trump. Just call Florida today, right now, done. And the second part was, if they're like, Biden's leading in Pennsylvania. Every single reporter will tell you, no. The last thing he did, he showed up at the airport, his last speech he did there. 60,000 people showed up from that area. 60,000. Not one liberal person says Pennsylvania is going to Biden. They're like, it's not possible. You don't get that type of turnout and say Biden's going to win the Biden landslide. And then on top of that, they go Michigan. They go Trump is going to places he lost when he lost to Hillary. He's not going to places where he won. He knows he got those places locked up. He's going to places. He's strategically going to places. He goes, so if Biden loses Florida, which everyone says, Florida is gone. It's just because of Miami, just because that one little part of Miami, one little part of Florida. If Biden wins by 51%, it's still not enough. There's not enough votes. That's where he gets all his votes from. If he gets 51, 55, if he gets 60% of the vote in Florida, in that Miami-Dade, and loses 40%, he still loses the state. He still loses the state.
Whereas Trump, if he loses Florida, he still has a chance with the other ones.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. And everyone's saying, Pennsylvania is so, bro. I went to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I've never seen more Trump stuff in my entire life.
Bro, I was talking to Jesse. Oh,
that's right. You were there. You were in Pennsylvania.
I was actually in Pennsylvania before I got laid off. And you just talking to his family, they were like, yeah, Trump. It wasn't even like there was another candidate. The way they and I'm like, okay. And then you heard this guy who predicted the elections since 1984. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, nigga, you're gonna make the news for not getting it right this year. I mean, I don't know. In a way, I just listening, just comparing what you say you're gonna do from what you've done, and the fact that now both of you have track records, it's a clear as day who's doing more and saying, and yes. Just saying stuff. Yes. I don't like the politician Trump. I prefer the first time around Trump.
And I think if he wins this time, he becomes that again. Because he's not going to do it. He's got 4 years to do whatever
he's
he
chilling.
Wants.
I think he's going to be the first president that, if he does get the second term, I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, I would love to compare a picture of him when he started and when he ended. And I think this nigga's just turning more orange. There's not going to be a gray hair on this man. Like, he just, like, he
loves it.
He's a beast at it. I mean,
he loves the fight.
Again, I could care less for his rhetoric, his stupid comment, but because I love entertainment, I love that shit too.
But here's the thing: someone said, someone who did The Apprentice with he was there with he goes, I'm the one who pitched it to the guy, the producer, The Apprentice. He's like, and I'm the one who said, you got to get Trump. And he's like, why? And he goes, Trump is the most famous rich person out here. Like, there's no one as famous as him. All the rich people, they're real quiet about their money. He likes to be out there. There's no one goes. And number two, the guy does not shut up. You're gonna get everything you ever wanted to hear from this guy. He goes, the guy doesn't shut up. Right? Yeah. And then on top of that, he goes, the reason why Trump is who he is, he doesn't take a punch. He gives punches. So when Pelosi and all these people start talking trash about him, when the media starts talking trash about him, he don't take it and be like, and laugh it off like a politician. He's like, oh, word? I'm going to come right back at you. And he goes, and that's what pisses off the media because they're not used to somebody punching back.
Actually, I'm going to correct you there. There's not a bigger fan than the media. People need to get this through their skulls. The media needs more than ever the news, CNN, Fox, all these niggas, the old school television set, they're begging for your attention. They're begging for it. No one loves Trump, Donald Trump, more than the media. I don't care which news station. I don't care which state, which town, which county. They love this man.
But they also feel responsible for getting him elected the first time. Because the first time they put him on so much TV, they broadcast every one of his rallies that they said, oh, we gave him billions, not millions. So I forgot what school did the calculation that like all the time that he was on CNN and all that, that's all free media. Like he didn't have to pay for it. He didn't have to pay for the ads. They go, it's estimated like it was like $30 billion of just free media. And the guy was like, listen, this is all from all the social media, everything. Because everyone who posted a Twitter thing of Trump, all that's all free media. Like, he's not paying out of his pocket. That's the genius of who Trump is. He's like, I'm not even going to let, he goes, I don't even need to give you the money I'm raising. You're going to put me on because you need to see me. You want to see me. People want to see this. And you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to get my advertisers, but I'm going to get all the free media. Trump doesn't pay for anything. People forget that. Trump is the number one dude who doesn't pay for his buildings. He's notorious. He'll say, all right, go put in windowsills in all my buildings. All right, 20 mil, you overcharge me. I'm only giving you 10. And then I'm suing you. Sue me. I got better lawyers. Go ahead. You're going to end up with 5. Take the 10. That's what he does, bro. He's ruthless. He's not a politician. He's an American businessman who's like, this is how I make money. It's a whole other world, man. So that's why I think that's why I like him, because that American ruthlessism, like that business mentality, I love it. Like I'm like, yes, if I had the power to do that, I'd do it all day long. You wouldn't be able to stop me. If I could say something and make money off it, I'd talk every day of my life.
Right now, let's go. He's a smart mouth.
Yes.
And the key word in that phrase is that it's still smart. The idea is that, you're quick with your mouth, you're witty, it's like, yeah, but what he's saying makes sense. For example, because you'll be locked up. Or I don't know why this is my favorite one, but when Biden goes, where is this guy from? And he's like, Queens. I'm like, this guy.
My favorite one, as of recently from the last debate, when he was like, "Oh, you separated people at the border." He's like, "Who built the cages, Joe?
Yeah,
who built the cages?" And I was like, "Oh, damn!" He was like, "Answer it. Answer it. Who built them?" And he just threw the question back, and then he goes, "Do you want to answer?" And the moderator said, "Do you want to answer?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Nah." And I'm like,
"Yes, I'm glad you said it." And that was my favorite part of the debate. How is it that he became the moderator? What the
bro? And a lot of like old school politics, old school news people would say that's the way they used to be. That they just fought each other all day. Like, you take a question, you throw it at them and say, all right, here's a question, guys. Talk to each other. Go ahead. And Trump is the master. That's why he wanted one of the debates to be like that. To be like, let's go back and forth. And the Biden campaign was like, hell no. Because Biden's not
But
ready
how
for that,
do you become the moderator at the end? The biggest mistake Biden made was answer his questions.
Yes.
And then the moderator's like,
my God.
Yeah, what is the answer to that question? Like, this nigga just took the mic.
And even on top of that, even before that, he was like, oh, you're going to shut down natural gas. He's like, no, I didn't. I didn't say that. He's like, yes, you did. He's like, they put it on a video. And Trump looked at the screen, goes, put it on a video. And the next day, there was like a montage of him saying, I'm going to shut down gas. And they were like, bro, that's how what Trump does. He gets you in your face. And especially with truth, it's going to blow you away. That's how we got Hillary.
The next morning, they had a black Democrat and a white. She was so old, her fake eyelashes were holding on for dear life. But she was a Republican. Don't ask me who these people are. And that came up. The whole, they're going back. Who do you think won? The question that came up. When it comes to eliminating the oils. the female, the Republican, she responded, oh, with horrible idea, whatever she said. And then when it came the opportunity for the Democrat to respond, what do you think about that? This nigga literally said, yeah, you got me there. Yo, the faces on the other two, I almost died. The eyelashes almost fell. I was like, yo, this is perfect. He's like, yeah, you got me there.
You got me there.
But that's what I mean. That I give props to that dude. I gotta look up who he is, but I'm like, I give props because it's like, yo, man, it is what it is. You would expect them to do the norm. No, well, what he meant to say was that, in 1993. Shut up.
He's like, 47 years. What are you doing? He's like, you're saying for the black community, but 47 years there, and now you want to say that you can do something for us? And Trump already did?
But can you find me a clip? Yo, so I went to drop off one of the items I had to return to my job, right? And the owner's wife, super democratic, and I went in there. I'm not working for this company anymore, so I went in there with a glass mouth, right? It's shattering. I was like, with this whole civil unrest, I was like, you really think that's gonna thing? I was like, that the people that destroy businesses and communities are the Democrats, right? She goes, what? Prove it. I was like, prove me wrong. I was like, better yet. And I'm asking you this question, Steven. Can you show me a video where you see Republicans destroying communities when they don't get their way?
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely, bro. I'm waiting, bro. For, if Trump wins tonight, if it's called early, like I said, Pennsylvania, Florida, on the East Coast, they're gonna get called first. The only state that's weird is Georgia. Georgia's a real big fight. If he wins Pennsylvania, Florida early, and then by some miracle gets Michigan, bro, lock your doors, put the sofa against the door, make sure no one tries to go in, wilding out there, bro.
Wait. But again, my question is, do you think that Biden contests
only if he's put, bro, the last 2 days, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, Obama was there, Clinton was there, Kamala Harris was there. He needs Pennsylvania. Everyone said if he can't get Pennsylvania, if he loses Pennsylvania, he loses the election. There's no winning without Pennsylvania.
But
where Pennsylvania goes, Ohio goes.
Will he challenge it?
If it's a close one, this is where the whole the whole Amy Coney Barrett nomination is so important, because if it's by 20,000 votes and votes are still coming in, then Trump is going to say, yo, shut it down. It's over. It's 20,000 votes on my side. 20,000 votes is only 1% of the vote of difference. It's less than 1% of difference.
I see what you're saying.
They could challenge it.
Okay.
So he's like, all right, I'm gonna go to Supreme Court. Guess who? 3 of them I just put in there. They're all gonna go for me, right? Gotcha. It's done. Election's done.
Wow.
This is why
because they're originalists. The people that he voted in are originalists. She even said it 3 times. I heard it 3 times that she's an religionist.
Bro, even to the point where the issue was, this case already went to the Supreme Court a couple of days ago, and the state Supreme Court said they'll still accept ballot. The Supreme Court, which she wasn't in it yet, split 4-4. But the 4 originalists said, wait a minute, we're split. But if this case comes back up the day after election and these votes are being contested by either party, we're going to have a 5th member here. And that person is going to decide what's going on. Yeah, that one, she's going to be the tiebreaker. And she's going to call it as it is.
That's why it got to be an odd number.
And the Constitution, that's why it's got to be a blowout number. If Trump wins by a blowout number, if he wins by 100,000 votes, there's no contesting. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Because the cities get their vote first. So Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Allentown will get their votes first, because they're just cities. That's where all the real communication is there. So you'll know the vote from there first. Then all the rural counties start pouring in their votes. Everything rural, Lancaster, all those, they all start going Trump. There's a reason why Obama went to Philadelphia. Bro, he's siphoning off black votes in Philadelphia. They're pissed off that the city got burned down. The riots pissed people off, because they're like, yo, we were doing good. And these riots, they didn't take out white businesses, they took out black businesses. So why am I going to go to a party that defends this? I'm going to vote for that. That's stupid.
Yeah.
And he's siphoning off those people. And bro, he doesn't even need a big number.
So that's what I mean. I go back to relating, right? So it's more likely that the minority group would relate to, the people that they're exposed to the most. So they're the artists that they like to follow, that they like to listen to, and seeing them flip sides, it's more effective than seeing a white guy trying to appeal to you.
For black people, yes. There's more of a reason to vote when they see someone like 50 Cent, who's never really been political, never talk about that stuff. All of a sudden, he's like, I'm not wasting my vote. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, this is my money.
Yeah.
You know? And then you have Ice Cube. And you have Ice Cube, as all people say, he literally went on, I forgot, there was a show he went on, and they said, oh, you declined an interview with Kamala Harris. It's like, yeah, I declined an interview. A meeting with Kamala Harris. He goes, yeah. And she was like, why? He goes, sure, like, why? He goes, because they're all talk. But I wanted something done. I went to them first. They said, no, we'll talk about it later. And I went to Trump, and he was like, oh, this is the plan we're doing. Do you want to add your 2 cents in? And he's like, oh, snap, this is what we're doing? He goes, yeah, put whatever you want, put it in, and we'll get it done. So he's like, I don't like Trump, but he gets stuff done. He goes, Kamala Harris, she put a group up with 21 other singers. He's like, all we're doing, all she wanted us to do is talk to each other. I'm tired of talking. I want things to get done. And people, especially black men, they were like, you know what? Yeah, why are we trying to like have that conversation, the same conversation over and over again when someone's saying, yo, listen, here's the key to the safe. Get it done.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's if you're saying there's a reason why you're not wealthy or you don't have access, here's the pen. You write the law. I'm giving you full access and a boatload of money. Go ahead. Here you go. I don't believe in reparations. I do believe in building a community. So here you go. That's why Ice Cube was like, yo, he said to everyone, F everybody. Call me a son or whatever. Trump is the only one to have a conversation, and no one else is having a conversation with us. Everyone's just telling us what they want to do. He's telling us, come to the table, put your ideas down, and let's go. Which I think it's a genius. Like, this is something that it should already be done.
I worked at the...
But I guess Trump is like, no. This is how business gets done. This is the way business deals get done. You want them to be a part of it? You get them to the table and say, all right, what's your cut? What do you want? To sign right here in the dotted line, boom, got you. I got you, bro. You might not get the whole pie, but you're gonna get a piece of pie. I'm not gonna play games with you.
Word.
And watch, man. And they said, a lot of people said, is this the reckoning? Like, what happened in 4 years, past COVID, past all this stuff, and the black community is making more money than before, more unemployment. I'm sorry, more employed, more businesses. What are they gonna say then? Oh, he's still a racist. Really? That's why if he wins, he's gonna be like, yo, bro. There's a thing called the Insurrection Act. It's been used 5 times in American history. The earliest one was George W. Bush and Reagan. Both did it. He wins. These cities wild out. He's like, all right, National Guard, go in there, clean it up. The states are going to be like, nah. He's like, shut your mouth. Insurrection Act. I got full authority. I can tell the military where to go, what to clean up. Yo, guys, go in there, clean them up. Arrest everybody, charge them with federal crimes. But we're talking about state crimes. Charge them with federal crimes. That's 10 times worse.
Jesus.
That's exact. Yo, bro, you know
what is it called
right now? The Insurrection Act.
Oh,
which basically says you can't cause havoc on American soil. You can't cause havoc without reason to. So if you want to protest, you can protest. That's fine. But once you start wilding out,
it's all right.
The federal government, and the states aren't doing their job, like they're being overwhelmed. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna see the military. They don't get overwhelmed.
And is that what? So in essence, is that what they're gearing up for? Do you think that the media this time, they're like, we got it stupid wrong last time. We're gonna play our cards smart. We're gonna play more neutral. We're gonna play stupid.
I think they're trying to downplay how weak Biden is. They're really trying to downplay that. That fool is done. I feel bad for the guy. I love old people. I want old people to live the rest of their lives just chilling. You know, just life. Just live life. You're old. You deserve it.
Yeah.
This dude is shot, bro.
The week.com just posted, Obama says if a Democrat behaved like Trump, and I quote, I couldn't support him, end quote. That's by the week.com. Do you think that what is it, the 25th? Invoke the 25th is plausible?
Bro, he's gonna invoke the 25th on himself, bro. He's gonna bro, he's gonna
I'm out. Peace. Later.
I'm shot. I'm out. I can't do it, guys. I'm sorry. If this was fun, I gotta go. I'm dying. Like that. I'm dying, guys. Sorry. Kamala, your turn. Which would suck because if she did a bad job, that'd be the last time a black woman becomes head of power. And I don't even consider her a black woman because she's half Indian, half Jamaican. So I consider her more Caribbean, you know? Like people say, oh, she's a person of color. Okay, she's a person of color, but she's more Caribbean descent than she's of black descent. Like she's that type of ethnic. That's just me, you know.
Yeah.
Now, people would be all different about that. They're like, oh, but she's the person of color. And yeah, but she's not really like a black woman. They had an interview. CNN had an interview. And they interviewed like all these black women. And they're like, do you consider her a person of color? Like, yeah. They're like, do you consider her a black woman? Like, hell no. Like, she's not black. She's something else. Like, she's not black. They were straight up about, no, she's not black. Like, and then they were like, does it change your view to vote for women of person of color? And they were like, and they all said, no, it doesn't change it. Like, it doesn't influence me to vote for her. Why would I want to vote for her?
Right.
Like, the question is, what has she done for us? Like, what is she gonna do? If Trump's already doing it, what is she gonna do? That's the whole thing. Like, oh, what's Biden's COVID response? Oh, tracing this, that. Yeah, we do that already. What's the silver bullet that Trump didn't do that you would do?
Yeah, that's another thing I go into. Like, I don't care who would be I don't care who you put in that seat. When it came to COVID, you're gonna have the people complaining, no matter what, regardless. You're not gonna, and that's the other thing that people need to understand. Regardless of who's president, that person's not gonna be able to satisfy all parties. It just doesn't work that way. You can't make everyone happy at the end of the day. Another thing I tell people is, what's the job function of the president? What's his primary function? Like, what's his title? President of the United States, he's commander in chief, right?
Yes.
His primary function is what?
The safety of the United States. The safety of the citizens.
Okay. And if you ask me, we've been safe, thank God, for the last 4 years. And credit to Obama, we've been safe for the last 8 years.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, has he completed that job? Yes, he has. I feel he put the fear back into our enemies not to mess with us. He put his foot down when it comes to our stance and in trading with other countries. And we needed that right about now, especially right about now. So to me, everything else is extra. I don't need to know all this other stuff. I don't need my president to pardon turkeys. I don't need him to read books to children. They're teachers for that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not why I need my president to make sure, because I don't want to go to sleep and then get a report that there's a possible nuke. I don't want to deal with that job. And I want to trust that the person that I'm voting got this. And I'm sorry, but Biden was falling asleep half the time at the end there.
There was there's a reason why Trump got 3 nominations for the Nobel Peace Prize. 3. Not just because one of the guys who nominated him because he did the whole Bahrain relation with Israel. Not because of that. He goes, Trump should get the Nobel Peace Prize because he hasn't gotten into any war. Like, even out of Afghanistan and Iraq. Trump is doing that. Trump is downgrading as many soldiers as quickly as possible. The guy was like, Trump is the only one that's talking about stopping endless wars. He goes, that should be the reason alone why he gets it. That's big.
Yeah, word.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean,
that's huge.
Say what you want to say about him. The man is on the record books for just annihilating the system and the way we do elections. I mean, he really did bring a whole new school book to it. I think that I don't see Biden. Look, I'm going to call it for what it is. If Biden contests it, I'm going to say it's because they want civil unrest. Now it's official to me, because it's like, yo, bro, let it go. You know what I mean? I guess maybe there's a certain number, like you were saying. I don't know what that number is, but I feel like if you're going to fight for 100,000 votes or 20,000 votes, yo, bro, you wildin', son. You're not about bringing the country together if you can't recognize that you lost, nigga. Let it go. Now, if it's an insane number amount, then I guess, that's a different story. But still, I don't know. A part of me has it that this time the media got it right and they were able to push the candidate that they truly want to win. The one that serves their pocket the most. And
that's my fear, because right now they're saying there's 20 million more votes in 2016. 20 million more votes. So if that's the case, unless Trump got that many people hyped up, then it's a landslide. Then Trump's winning everything. So.
Inconsistent.